Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm talking about something I've been testing out over the past few months, TikTok for Business. I've had some wins, some frustrations, and learned a whole lot along the way. If there's one thing I've learned in my 29 years on this planet, it's that getting your brand noticed online is harder than it looks. Everyone talks about just go viral, like it's as easy as pushing a button. So when I kept hearing about TikTok for Business, I was pretty skeptical, right? I mean, like, isn't TikTok just for dance trends and teenagers? There's a heck of a lot more to it than that. TikTok for Business is basically the advertising side of TikTok, which now has over 1.5 billion monthly users. The platform started back in 2014 as Musical.ly. It got bought by ByteDance in 2017 and eventually turned into what we know as TikTok today. They launched their business platform in 2020, and it has been growing like crazy ever since. I was kind of shocked how straightforward it was to actually get started. You just sign up, switch to a business account, and you're in. From there, you can create different kinds of ads right in the app or through their ads manager on desktop. The first week I started using it, I felt like I was missing something because it seemed too simple. But that's actually one of the things I ended up liking most. I didn't need to spend weeks figuring out some complicated system. Logging in, you realize that TikTok gives you several different ways to advertise. You've got in-feed ads that show up as people are scrolling, Spark ads that let you boost content that's already performing well, and fancier options like branded hashtag challenges. Those can run a pretty penny, but it can really blow up. I started with just basic in-feed ads, made a quick video about a problem my business helped solve, uploaded it, picked who I wanted to see it, and set it live. The dashboard shows you everything that's happening: views, clicks, how long people watched, all that good stuff. I was checking the results while cooking dinner and noticed people were watching my ad, but not clicking through. So I made a new version with a clear call to action at the end, and within a day, I could see that it was working better. That kind of quick feedback loop, it's really helpful. So let's talk money, the end all be all. TikTok does not do monthly subscriptions like some platforms. Instead, it's pay as you go. You need a minimum campaign budget of $500, with daily budgets starting at $50 for campaigns or $20 for ad groups. I'll be honest, it's not exactly pocket change if you're just starting out. Personally, I went with the minimum $20 daily for my first test, which felt like enough to get meaningful data without breaking the bank. The nice thing about TikTok is that you don't need fancy equipment or expensive editors to create decent content. Their built-in effects and music library are pretty dang good. I filmed everything on my phone, edited it right in the app, and it looked decent enough. I was proud of it. And by the way, if you're interested in giving TikTok for Business a try, check out the link down in the description. For most products we talk about, we have special deals that you wouldn't be able to get if you went straight to their website. So as I got more comfortable with the platform, I started testing different kinds of ads. The targeting options are pretty solid. You can narrow down by age, location, interests, behavior. This helped me focus my budget on people who might actually care about what I was selling. TikTok also has these premium options like top view ads and branded hashtag challenges. I haven't personally tried them because they're definitely more pricey, but I've seen other brands have some crazy success with them. They also have TikTok Shop if you're selling physical products, which connects directly to your inventory. So after a few months of consistently using TikTok for Business, here's what I like. First off, the platform just feels different from other social media. The content is more authentic and less polished, which is refreshing. I didn't have to create these super glossy, perfect looking ads. In fact, the more real and off the cuff my videos felt, the better they performed. And I also liked how my ads blended right in with the regular content. People don't immediately scroll past them like they do on other platforms, where ads stick out like a sore thumb. The algorithm is pretty wild too. I had one ad that suddenly took off after being live for 3 days. It wasn't even my best work, but something about it just connected with people, and my phone was blowing up with notifications. That kind of unexpected reach is hard to find elsewhere. Now let's talk about what's not so great, because obviously, no platform is perfect. The learning curve for creating content that actually works on TikTok is steep. What gets engagement on Instagram or Facebook just falls flat here. It took me a solid month of trial and error before I started getting the hang of what resonates with the TikTok crowd. Another issue is that TikTok doesn't play all that well with other marketing tools. So if you're using Salesforce or other CRM systems, you might find yourself doing way more manual work than you'd like. The reporting tools are decent, but nothing as robust as what you get with Facebook. I also found that TikTok is great for awareness engagement, but conversion rates weren't as high as some other platforms. People come to TikTok to be entertained, not necessarily to shop, so keep that in mind when setting your expectations. Everyone's got a limited ad budget, and I'm no different, so I had to choose between TikTok and Instagram. And I noticed some key differences. Instagram has a larger, more established user base and feels more focused on polished, curated content. Their ad formats like single image, carousel, and reels are pretty standard, and it can be easier if you're used to that style of marketing. One big advantage Instagram has is their lookalike audiences feature. This lets you find people similar to your current customers, which obviously is super valuable, and TikTok does not offer that yet. TikTok, on the other hand, had lower ad costs in my experience. I was paying like 30% less per 1,000 impressions compared to Instagram. The engagement rates were higher too. People are more likely to comment, share, and interact with TikTok comment than similar stuff on Instagram. The content style just feels different. TikTok favors authentic, in-the-moment content that feels spontaneous. Instagram leans toward that perfect, curated aesthetic, even with Reels trying to compete with TikTok. So go with TikTok for business if you're trying to reach a younger audience. If you're comfortable with that more casual, authentic, chill content, and you want to tap into the viral trends. It's great if your brand has personality and doesn't take itself too seriously. Whereas go for Instagram for business if your products are very visual and if you've already built a presence there, or you need those advanced targeting features. It's also better if your audience skews a bit older, or if you rely heavily on high quality product photography. Bottom line, after using TikTok for business for several months now, I can say it's definitely worth consideration, especially if you're trying to reach younger audiences in a genuine and authentic way. Now, obviously, like I said, it's not perfect. The minimum spend requirements can be a serious barrier for very small businesses. And there's definitely a learning curve to creating content that actually performs well. But once you get the hang of it, the potential reach and engagement is pretty impressive for the cost. So would I recommend it? Yes, with the caveat that you need to be willing to experiment and adapt your content strategy specifically for the platform. TikTok is not a place where you can just recycle the same ads you're running elsewhere and expect good results. And just a quick reminder, if you're thinking about trying TikTok for business, don't forget to check out the link in the description. Like I said, for most products that we talk about, we have special deals that you won't be able to get if you went straight to their website. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.